All right, so obviously we know that we have the upcoming Valentine's Day characters, that being the brand masked, and then we also have the brand new Anchor coming out, and we have their kits out, obviously. Masked being a supporter, and then Anchor being supporter as well, both being burst 2 characters. I've not actually gone over their individual kits because I'm just gonna do that whenever they are actually in game and when I test them out with other characters to see what they can actually do. But what we're going to be talking about today is how you can maximize your gems in Nikke Goddess of Victory to maximize your account growth. Now, two things obviously when it comes, right? The first being that being able to test the individual characters in the practice range is huge because of the fact that you're able to determine the character then and then whether or not they're going to be practical and useful account for what you like to, however you like to build, so forth, right? And for individual pieces of content, obviously characters are going to be better in certain pieces of content, whereas sometimes they won't be as good. It just depends character to character. But the major point and why I really like to come back to this banner list from the year that honestly has not been updated yet, and it needs to be, so yeah, is that it's good to prioritize certain events calendar year for EA because of the fact that certain characters are either limited or they are collaborations and they won't back. Obviously, case in point, prior we have the Hero collab, we have the Near collab, we had Chainsaw Man collab. Those characters, they're not coming back. So having those characters, now whether or not they're good or not is irrelevant. Sometimes they could be very good. Like 2B is pretty decent, I would say. Obviously I'm sure there's other just characters. Oh, the Asuka that just came out from the previous collab with oh my god, Evangelion. Like she's really good with Rappy Red Hood being able to. So again, it just depends character. However, in order to get the maximum value for you in your own individual account, first off, what you need to do is you need to look at your own account and look at characters you have that you really like to use and how to maximize, right? That should be first. Second step is to prioritize banners. Now, this could change person to person if you decide to spend money, if you are free to play, if you spend a lot of money and want to MLB 7 your character. It just depends, right? But by all be all, the key point is to focus on a couple banners, right? So for the most part, characters, when they are released, like let's take these two right here, right? The schoolgirl. Let's take Zwei and let's take Ein, right? They have been added to the standard banner, and typically that's what happens when standard banner characters are released in their own individual banner, rated up to allow people to have the opportunity to get them. They get added onto that. Now, they are, like I said, standard banner characters, but they are slammed in between swimsuit characters and collab characters, both of which don't come back, right? Well, collab characters don't come back, and it will be interesting to see if these come back with the Alien collab month. The swimsuit characters, they return once, as far as we know. Prior swimsuit characters have returned once, and whether or not they return again, it's to be seen. So that should be a key priority. You should be saving for these kinds of banners because of the fact that these other characters, these standard characters, get thrown onto these banners, so you have the opportunity to pull them as well, along with the fact of being able to pull them on the ordinary banner with vouchers. So that's another thing. Another key aspect is Pilgrim banners. Like let's take the anniversary banner right here with Cinderella and Grave. They are both very good. Now, obviously, Cinderella being a lot better than Grave, but both of which being very strong characters and being in that class of Pilgrim In the future, we will be getting more overspec characters like Rappy, who fall under the same umbrella of being super limited characters. And they are, for the most part, very, very good characters. Now, obviously, there's some Pilgrim characters who just aren't very good, and that is just going to happen. But typically, what they do for Anniversary and for, I mean, here's this right here, scroll down, and for New Year Pilgrim characters, that they will be very, very strong. Now, obviously, Black Shadow Scarlet is a little older, but she's still very good when it comes to the Anomaly Kraken. And then Modernia is just really strong, and like I previously mentioned, Cinderella is very good. And then obviously this New Year's character Rappy is super busted. So these are the banners you need to focus on, that being Pilgrim banners, lab banners, and seasonal banners, depending on if the characters start with the seasonal banners. I hope that helps in terms of being able to prioritize certain banners to maximize your gems so you get the most value out of them. Another key point is that with oh my god, I'm blanking. With the pity system and Nikke, it carries over. So let's say you pull on Modernia or Scarlet Black Shadow banner and you accumulated a lot of pity, and then you only needed to do like 3 more pulls to get the character guaranteed. So let's say you do that and you skipped, I don't know, ReZero because you didn't like the characters, whatever, and then you ended up pulling on the swimsuit characters and you pulled Rosanna, right? So now you have the opportunity to use that pity to get a single character of your choice without having to pull more on the banner. That again, that depends on the individual, which characters they want, and based off of showcases other content creators. So there's a bunch of different avenues and methods to maximize the pulls, but I do think the priority most players should be Pilgrim banners, lab banners, and like I mentioned prior, seasonal banners depending on character. That's gonna be all for me, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all within the next video.